Don't need that right now.
No.
I just don't need that right now.
Wrong half of the podcast.
However, I will mutate my phone again. 'Cause it's pretty mutated.
You hadn't messed with its DNA enough? Got to do it more?
Something like that. Oh, no, what have I done now?
You could have cured cancer, but what you really wanted was for everyone to be dinosaurs.
Yes, I want everyone to be dinosaurs. Okay. Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Cellulose Free. My name is Colin, and with me, as always, is my fellow film watcher, compadre and son, Thomas.
Hi, hello.
What have you been up to?
Well, I have 3 things.
Is that what the wad load of paper is?
The wad load of paper is one of the things.
Okay.
So, Thursday, I'm looking at the Joint Standing Committee on Electoral Matters submissions page, as I do, particularly when they're holding a hearing,
Right.
as they were in North Ipswich at the time.
As you do.
As you do.
Yeah, North Ipswich.
And completely unexpectedly, and considerably earlier than I was expecting...
The Prime Minister quoted from it.
No. My submission was published, and so I can now let it out of the black box that it's been sitting in for not particularly long.
No, that was very quick.
I wasn't expecting it until the new year, but...
That's what happens when you don't write it in crayon.
But, yeah, that exists now.
Right, you're published again.
You can read it on the internet, I suppose, but I also have it printed out.
There'll be a link in the show notes.
Yeah. It's...
Good. I'm proud of you, son.
Yeah.
How many pages is it?
It is 37 pages, which I have painstakingly printed out double-sided, which was difficult because I also needed to print them borderless, which you cannot automatically do duplex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pain.
That is a pain.
Well, you might as well have written it in crayon then.
Yeah. But anyway, I dealt with that. And so now it's up on the website. I have no idea what anyone on the committee thought of it.
Uh-huh. So they publish it once it's been read by the committee?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it's been read by the committee and approved for publication by the committee, and it includes... How many recommendations did I end up supplying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different recommendations listed in the list of recommendations, sort of grouped under various headings.
Including mandatory democracy sausage.
No, that wasn't.
Oh.
I feel like that would be...
That was a lost opportunity, Thomas.
I feel like that would be impinging on the implied constitutional freedom of political expression.
I guess so.
And then, on Friday, Advent of Code ended with a puzzle that I would call a joke.
Oh.
I would call very much a prank on everyone involved.
Because everyone was expecting the worst?
From the puzzle description, everyone was definitely expecting the worst. You know those little plastic, sort of got things of beads that have been combined together and you have to stick them into a tray so that they all fit in the tray.
Yeah.
This, as it turns out, is a computationally difficult puzzle just on its own, just that small rectangle. And the input that we received was implying that we'd have to do, like, 50 by 50 square things of this.
Right.
Spoilers for the puzzle, you don't actually have to do any of that, because, as it turns out, either they all fit very nicely, even if they were all the same shape. They weren't all the same shape, but even if they were all the same shape, they would all fit in there, or there were simply too many bits to go in the rectangle in the first place, so you didn't have to do any of this working out of whether you could jam them together. And so, everyone that I've talked to about this puzzle has been somewhat put off by this happening. I am okay with getting a little punked by an Advent of Code puzzle, but perhaps not like this, and perhaps not on the very last day of the event.
So, a bit like too many figs in your figgy pudding then. It's left a sort of a figgy taste in your mouth.
I don't like any figs in any of my food.
Well, I think the analogy is perfect then. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit of a sour ending to a shortened Advent of Code.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I had a good time with it.
So are you going to be reluctant next year to pay your dues to enter this?
No, I don't have to pay anything.
That's what the point I am making is. Anyway.
The point I am making is that they provide it for free anyway.
Right.
And they have a lot of build-up.
Yeah.
And then they pull this.
Oh well.
It was not good.
Good upon them.
It was not good.
Write an angry letter. Make a submission, Thomas.
And then, on Saturday, I functionally walked the length of the Clarence Foreshore Trail from Gilston Bay Tower.
Huh.
And I say functionally because I did not start at the Gilston Bay end, strictly speaking, but, like, close enough that where I started from, I basically walked the length.
I was going to say that to get to where you started from, it was probably the same distance as if you had started at the beginning.
The Gilston Bay end is in a park, well away from any potential bus stop.
Yeah. Okay. And when you say the Harrow end, you're talking the men's shed end? Is that where the car park is and the
where the car park and the we never close petrol station is.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Good.
Yeah. And it wasn't a short walk.
No.
It was. I think it took me 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Once I got into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
That section was certainly included in when I walked a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, walked out to Bedlam Walls and then back through and around and along and yeah, okay, good stretch.
Yeah. One day I will get up even earlier and continue the walk through to where the trail picks up again on the way to Tranmere.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, whether you'd continued on through. But
no. At that point I had started at 12.
Yeah.
And it was 3:30 and I was like, It's a Saturday. And this is probably going to be a pain if I continue on to Tranmere, and I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
No. Well, again, when I walked the marathon, I continued through to the very end of Tranmere and then walked back home over Waverley.
Yeah. And so instead I got home about 4:30 because, it was a Saturday and...
And you stank, Thomas.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Pwah.
So I
Stinky
pretty
Thomas.
quickly had a shower.
Yeah.
And
I could have just hosed you off on the front lawn. There was that option.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That was an option.
Yeah.
And that basically did me for Saturday.
Good.
Yeah. I have the strangest feeling that there was a fourth thing that I wanted to bring up.
There was that thing that you were going to bring up, Thomas.
But, over the past week, I've been thinking about what that fourth thing might have been, and I simply cannot remember it. It might have been one of the three things I've already brought up.
Was it gold? Was it frankincense? Or was it myrrh?
It was a brand new car.
Brand new car! And you get a car. Yes. All right.
How was your week?
My week? You know how you said you had 4 things? Are you sure you had 4 things? But you can't. Yeah, I had some things and I really can't remember. I certainly donated plasma yesterday and that went well. They were very busy. I did barcode scanning duty at Parkrun again. What else was there? I've got this insufferable earworm stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And if you want to know what it is, all you need to watch is K-pop
Demon Hunters.
Mm-hmm. And you will get those self-same earworms stuck in your head. I've listened to an aeroplane go overhead.
Yeah? Yeah, fairly recent,
or a helicopter.
That event. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, and I've had fun and games with a phone and getting that set up and then falling into the trap of letting it set itself up from an old phone. Mm-hmm. And I have never, ever, ever had that work successfully. And I think this was the worst experience, so much so that I thought, right, finally I've installed everything that it didn't install properly. And then I went to my bank app and tried to stick one of my cards onto my Google Wallet, and it wouldn't accept it. They said, go see your bank. And I went to see my bank and they couldn't suss it out. And all of these hinky things kept on happening. And I think the whole install process, it sort of balked itself and tripped over its own shoelaces, much like things that happen in this podcast do, tripping over shoelaces. Yeah. And so I bit the bullet last night and just did a refresh, like a full clean and refresh, and then manually installed everything. I say that, and yet the launcher that I use on my phone at least stores how you had your pages set up, and it sticks a placeholder for all of the apps, and you can then tap on those placeholders and it'll go into the app store and allow you to download it. So that made it a little easier to do than sort of looking at the old phone and looking at the new phone, which I still had to do a couple of times. But it did mean that one of the first things that I installed was my banking apps, and just made sure that before I go any further, make sure that the main problem that I'm having actually works. And it went smoothly. And fun and games.
It was a helicopter.
It was a helicopter, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, which one? One of those ones with flappy things on the top?
It was a BK-17.
Ah.
Which I assume will be the rescue helicopter that isn't the one that we used to have.
No. Have they swapped over yet, or is that the new year?
I believe they've swapped over.
Have they? Right. Yes. Big Tassie news a number of months back. The company that had been providing Tasmania with its search and rescue and police assistance helicopters got replaced through the re-tendering process, and ruffled a number of feathers. But we shall see how that goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got nothing else important to talk about except for rest in peace, Rob Reiner and wife. Horrible, horrible news. Anyway, we have a film to watch.
We do have a film to watch.
We have a Christmas film to watch.
Well, not intending to open up that debate.
Look, I think that can of worms has already been opened, Thomas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think the very fact that you have suggested this as the last movie of the year at this time of year does make it a little on the nose, you saying that you're not suggesting that.
So when we watched the back half of this series back in 2020 for Still Under Wraps, and I'd been producing these spiels about the cultural context around each of these films and how each one had been during the tenure of consecutive presidents and all of that, and also noting that in 2019 Disney had just picked up 20th Century Fox and had taken Die Hard out of the Fox lineup to do whatever with. They haven't done anything else with it.
No.
And I'd made a note about the spectre this cast over antitrust protections. And 5 years later, all seems sort of out the window, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somewhat moot, really.
Yeah. Nobody's making any money, but they're still buying each other up anyway.
I don't understand it. Mind you, see, this is what happened with the whole theatre system when the studios owned the theatres and getting bums on seats was a problem. They're hitting the same thing with this whole splintering of streaming services where you can only watch these shows in this, paying huge amounts of money each month to subscribe to all these little things. People are feeling it and so are making hard choices as far as where they're going to send their money, and you've suddenly got everyone sort of trying to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that and not getting much.
No.
But that's neither here nor there, Thomas. Have we mentioned what we're watching?
Possibly offhand. Back in 1988, it's Die Hard.
I thought you were going to say back in 1988 we mentioned, and I'm thinking, well, that's an incredible stunt you pulled off there. Yeah. 1988.
Yeah.
So long ago.
It was also a time before Bruce Willis was getting on a bit.
Yeah. He's, well, I bought up the Just Watch blurb on it to send to everyone else to say this is what we're watching. And I looked at the image and I'm thinking, boy, he's young.
Yeah.
And when you say 1988, that sort of explains it.
In the time since we initially watched the series, he has been diagnosed with aphasia, diagnosed with dementia, and retired from acting.
Yeah, he's not well.
No.
However, we are going to enjoy him in his prime.
Yep.
And we're going to watch Die Hard. Would you tell any of our dear listeners who have no idea what Die Hard is all about, what it's all about, according to the blurb that you have found on the back of a Kellogg's Cornflakes packet?
That seems about right. Just as Detective McClane lands in LA to spend Christmas with his wife, he learns about a hostage situation in an office building. Hans Gruber is the culprit, and McClane's wife is one of the hostages.
That's what we're watching. We hope that you can join us. But until then, we'll catch you next time.
No, that's not how the first half of the podcast ends.
Oh, this is the first half, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the first half of
all
the
right,
podcast.
then. We're going to watch it on Digny Plug.
Yep.
And then we're going to come back and talk about it. So until then, we'll catch you next. No. So we shall catch you on the flip side.
Turn to side B.
Unless you're in the lift.
Yeah.
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 In which case, no, I've got no backup plan there.
Take out the big old laser disc.
Let's
flip it over. Stick it back in.
Oh dear, those things weigh a ton. Hey, we're stalling. We got to watch this film. It's long. It's 2 hours and 18 minutes long, I believe. Yeah. So we're going to watch it. We're going to come back and talk about it. So we shall catch you on the flip side. Nothing else to say about that. That's it. We're watching it now.
Turn to side B.
You mongrel. So, what did you think?
What I think is that an office is an inherently interesting place to have an action movie.
Right.
A lot of quote-unquote natural cover.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of nooks and crannies. You know, and particularly an office building that isn't complete yet.
Yeah.
So that you have other things that you can also find nooks and crannies in.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good film.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't take a single note because I knew roughly... I mean, I've seen this a number of times and I knew what I was in for. I was ready to write notes, but I just couldn't do it. I just was completely engrossed in the film. It is certainly an 80s movie as far as pacing is concerned, but I don't think it suffers from that as some 80s movies have aged as far as pacing issues are concerned. I thought this was tight enough to be thoroughly entertaining in this age of everything just has to keep on happening all at once. It was good. I like a bit of time to breathe, and this just gave sufficient to do that.
We got dramatic irony.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier in the film, glass rains down on the surrounding area, and John McClane's like, who cares? Who cares about the glass? Of course, later he has to deal with a bunch of shattered glass on the floor around him.
Yep. He doesn't fare well as far as the glass is concerned. No. Mind you, he fares a lot better in the constant pounding of heads and bashing of skulls against things. There is certainly some fighting that is well and truly over the top as far as survivability is concerned. I mean, I'm not saying that the glass that he was forever trampling on, he probably would have died from that alone. So as far as unstoppable is concerned, he's certainly that. But looking at that last embrace, I suddenly remembered, hang on, just moments before that, he'd got shot right through the shoulder.
Yeah.
And no sign of that to begin with. But he was certainly made up to look completely bedraggled. But that shoulder and that embrace are not compatible.
Mm-hmm. And he gets 2 whole years to recover before he has to do it again in an airport.
But it's just such a fun, like the closing credits, I was thinking, we should have had popcorn for that movie. It is just a solid popcorn movie in the purest sense. Whereas some modern movies of the same quote-unquote genre just goes completely out of whack as far as believability is concerned. It expects you to be totally believable and then suddenly throws a whole bunch of questionable physics at you, for example. This, right from the start, you know that, okay, you need to suspend disbelief as the opening credits roll. It's, You also know the traditional tropes for this type of movie, the introduction of the characters, the introduction of the fact that marriage is on the rocks, and you know instantly, therefore, that at the end of it, that marriage is going to be so much stronger because of whatever goes on in between the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie. It's,
Speaking of the credits... Nobody lets credits run over a long final shot anymore.
No. One of my favourites is at the end of Romancing the Stone. Have you seen Romancing the Stone?
I don't think I have, no.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. But the end credits of that rolls over a very long rolling shot, and I remember sitting in the cinema and just saying, yes.
Oh, maybe.
I think you have, but a very long time ago. Huh. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, you threw me towards Romancing the Stone for some reason, and I hold you personally responsible.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. And
what else do you have in your copious notes?
The only other note I had is that the FBI are dangerous idiots.
Yeah.
Which isn't a comment on the film.
No. No. But look, there are so many classic lines in this, and even with the FBI, you know, was it Johnson and Johnson?
Yeah.
And the comment about Saigon was in middle school. It's a gem of a film. What I thought that you were heading towards, as far as the closing credits is concerned, is how they chopped up some classical music quite poorly.
Well, you've got to hit all the classic stations of that piece of music.
But there were points where I'm listening to it and expecting that this would be a truncated version of it, but the beats were out of sync where it transitioned. It was a bit of a hack job. Anyway.
I know that you watched Romancing the Stone for a Friday night movie in 2022.
It's that recently.
Yeah.
What did it score?
We got a 9, a 10, and 2 runners.
Okay.
Really, really running the gamut of opinion there.
Yeah. It's a bit of a special film, that one. Got a soft spot for that. Again, 80s. It was the era that I was very much sitting in cinemas just going, wow. So, anyway, my teenage years, my misspent youth and all that. All right, well...
yeah, I think that runs me out of notes.
Great Christmas movie. It is a Christmas movie, Thomas. It is absolutely a Christmas movie.
Oh, well, it's about coming home to the family.
Yeah. I mean, so much so that I sort of teared up a little when the big Christmas tree toppled over. Yeah. Anyway.
You're still sad we haven't put ours up, aren't you?
I am. We are completely absent of a Christmas tree in our house at the moment. Yeah, the last couple of years it has been a battle between cat and Christmas decorations. And a lounge room that hasn't changed size, but the people living in it have got bigger. And
well, there's only a little more of that to happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So no Christmas tree.
And also people involved find it a hassle.
Well, it was funny because I kept on getting these Facebook memories of kids sticking decorations on our Christmas tree, and sort of dying a little inside that that's not going to happen this year.
Like in recent years, you would be lucky to get me to put up a decoration.
A decoration. Yeah, we're going to have to get the Netflix Yule log burning on the fire, screensaver thingy up at least. Anyway, we were moving on, weren't we?
We were.
Yeah, but stick it in your Christmas stocking, Die Hard, good stuff. Okay, we shall move on.
The following segment has no title. Thank you.
We will start, but not immediately respond to... Over on Discord, Entuosferatu.
Hi, Entuosferatu.
Who says, was the first, probably unintentional, lyric reference, Quiet Riot's Bang Your Head, a song I only know due to a Weird Al polka medley.
I hadn't realised. Oh, maybe I had. No, I don't think I had realised he'd done a polka version of Bang Your Head.
That's a comment we'll come back to in a moment. Entuosferatu also says, naval film with a roof is an excellent description of submarine films.
It really is.
Yeah.
That prompted me to think of how many we have on the shelf again, and there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over on Facebook, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
Says, I got the Don't You Go Out in the Rain song in my head approximately 0.172 seconds before Colin did, but I confess I missed the other song reference apparently earlier.
So did I.
Yes.
Even when I edited it and got to that point, I'm thinking, I'm not going to wind back to work out what it was, because I've just listened to it and I don't recall any song reference.
Oh, now I need to pull something up. Because there's two more lines that I didn't know before they came up. While I was describing Advent of Code last week, I ran down the things that we'd been through. And that was, of course, a parody that I'd been writing of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
And now I need to pull up the full final verse. On the 12th day of Advent, Wassel gave to me... Eric Wassel is the guy who runs Advent of Code. Wassel gave to me presents under trees, conduits and servers, blinking lights and buttons, tiles in a theatre, circuits in a playground, tachyon splitters, Squid Kids math homework, fresh food IDs, wrapping paper rolls, surge damage lifts, bad gift shop data, and a decor emergency, which we did eventually solve.
Right. Okay. What was his surname?
Wassel, spelt W-A-S-T-L.
Oh. So not wassailing.
No.
Which is an ancient English tradition, which I think is Christmassy, isn't it? As we go wassailing.
So to be honest, I'm not surprised that people missed it.
No, I'm not surprised either.
It was obtuse.
Very.
But I'm okay with that. Returning to Helen, sounds like Crimson Tide is a film I might watch, but I thought that about a number of films you reviewed and have rarely actually done so. Life's too lifey.
It is.
Changing topic, I hope you'll do a tribute Rob Reiner film at some stage soon.
Yes. I'm... See, I keep on do I, don't I-ing, and yeah.
Which will bring us up to the one and only guess we have received this week, which does come from Helen, who says, my file name guess is Crimson Tide. That's C-R-I-M-S-N-T-D. I bet I've included the wrong vowel. And that's a reasonable concern to have. I can confirm that the file name does only contain one vowel.
It does.
And all of the consonants that appeared in the title of the film.
Yeah.
And I can also confirm that you have included the wrong vowel. You needed the E.
The E on the end, so C-R-M-S-N-T-D-E. But thank you for your guess.
Yeah. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's maybe two things that this particular film might have for a file name. And it sort of depends...
it does depend.
On what you've done with the space in between.
Actually, what it really depends on is whether I actually entered the file name that matches the name of the film. Because as I was about to put it in, I went to go put Top Gun in. Yeah. And that isn't actually what we watched.
No.
No.
No, not even slightly. I would be very interested to see what it actually is.
No, I'm not showing you.
Oh, you're not?
No.
No. You're not showing me right now.
Not right now, no.
Dear listener, as I said, you have two options, I think, reasonably speaking, to fit into 8 or fewer characters. Bearing in mind that if you want a space, an underscore will do it for you. But if you don't want a space, then you should probably leave it out.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I need my space.
Oh, well, I suppose I'll have to give it to you then. But did you give it to the file name?
That's the question.
Real question.
That is the real question.
If you have a guess, or film suggestions, or comments on our comments, or on the film that we've watched tonight, do let us know in the usual places, and we will get back to you at some point.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
Because
it's time for the annual scheduled break.
It is the time for the annual scheduled break, and
as distinct from all the unscheduled breaks we've taken this year.
I am still debating as to whether to throw the name of the movie that we're going to watch when we come back in, or keep it as a surprise.
Well, that is an interesting conundrum.
It is.
Which I think you can resolve when we move on.
Pick a film for next week so we can go to bed.
And it's your turn.
It's not. Oh. It's not my turn. I think we've well established that it is your turn when we come back in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
When we come back.
Yep.
In 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
So, here we go. For our Rob Reiner memorial episode, when we come back from the break. So it is a Rob Reiner film, directed by Rob Reiner. Mm-hmm. I have not seen it.
Okay.
But it is quite a famous one of his. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to read the plot synopsis, and I want you to buzz in when you think you've got it.
Okay.
After an accident, acclaimed novelist Paul Sheldon is rescued by a nurse who claims to be his biggest fan. Her obsession takes a dark turn when she holds him captive in her remote Colorado home and forces him to write back to life the popular literary character he killed off.
No, I'm not getting that.
Well, it's 9 years before your time anyway, so
okay.
You would have missed the big buzz that this created when it came out. It is Misery.
Right.
Yes. So,
that sounds like fun.
Yes, we are watching, when we come back from the break, Misery, based on a Stephen King.
Yeah, that does sound like something he'd write.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're watching. We hope that you can join us when we finally return after a break of hiatus, not hiatus, a
Well, it is a hiatus.
Yeah.
This is just short.
It's short.
It's short.
Yeah.
And,
we shall come back and watch Misery. We hope you can join us. But until then, we'll catch you next time.
Have wonderful holidays. Bye.
Jingle bells.
You have been listening to Cellulose Free. Your hosts were Colin, who produces and edits the show, and Thomas, who makes the artwork and music. Cellulose Free is recorded in the Deranged Cat Studios in scenic Tasmania, Australia. We keep track of our extensive physical media collection through My Movies, which we highly recommend. You can find links to that, as well as other places you can find us in the show notes. Cellulose Free is a Hi Hello production.
What a mess of an episode that was.
I think it was actually going all right until that.
Well, I got flummoxed.
Yeah.
With what we were going to... Because I only realised halfway through the film, yes, we're going on a break.
Yeah.
But do we or don't we pick a film? And I couldn't remember.
Usually, yeah.
Normally we do.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, yes. So I did have something, and then other things came up. And, yeah.
Yeah, there has to be a very special occasion for us not to.
It has happened.
It has, yes.
Anyway, I'm stopping.
Usually when we've been uncertain.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
When we come back.
Yep.
In 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
What are we going to watch?
This is a great question.
See, I've had so many things thrown at me in this. I had something picked. I did have something picked, and then two things have come up. And
two things? Wow.
Dang. I don't know. I just don't know. That'd be right. I thought, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And went to check whether it's on
anything,
and
it's not, is it?
It's not, but it's. I've tagged it previously as, oh, I want to watch that. Mm-hmm.
And from the barest glance I've received, I have worked out what the other thing that came up was.
Right.
Yes, that makes sense. And that is one that we didn't list last week.
What's that?
The one you were looking at.
That it isn't showing anywhere?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Which isn't helpful.
No, it's not. Oh, okay. That was the other thing that sprang to mind. I wonder if that is. It is.
Oh, well, that's good.
Okay.
That's actually helpful for the exercise we're undertaking.
Okay. So, here we go.